Hello everyone, welcome back to ENIAC Kayak Fishing Journal. The other night, Kelly and I got out for a few hours to do some fishing for crappies and white bass. So one thing that I like to do every fall is there's a couple reservoirs not too far from Fort Wayne. There's Huntington, Salamonie, and Mississinawa reservoirs. And all three of those, in the fall, there's this run of fish that always happens. The shad from the lake always run up all the different creek arms that are in these lakes, and then all the crappies and then all the white bass also chase those fish up those creek arms. So you can catch a ton of fish in a very short amount of time if you hit it exactly right. So the other night we got out for a few hours. We got to the ramp where we were going to put the canoe in, and just looking out over the water had this really strange look to it, this really strange pattern. So we were kind of trying to figure out what that was, and when we figured out what it was, we were just absolutely amazed. There was just shad, just tons of shad everywhere. There was so many of them that you could actually see different colors in the water, where there was just giant schools of shad. So that was even before we put on the water. So I'm like, oh my God, this could be really good. We could have timed this right, or maybe sometime in the next week this is going to be really good. So we got on the water and we started fishing. We started off by trying to catch some crappies with bobbers and jigs, and did not really have any luck doing that. So we switched over to just little tiny spinners, and we were throwing those. And we were going up this creek arm, not really getting anything. All of a sudden, Kelly gets a hit, loses the fish, and then on the next cast, hooks up with a really big, nice white bass, like a 16-inch white bass, which, if you guys know white bass, that's a really, really good one. So she catches this white bass, and we turn a corner and keep fishing, and all of a sudden, basically all hell breaks loose. We caught, I don't even know how many white bass. We caught like 8 smallmouth bass, which is something that I almost never catch in this reservoir. We caught a bunch of largemouth. We caught a bunch of crappies. We actually even caught a couple bluegills on these little spinners. So everything was in there. Everything was active. We had a heck of a night of fishing. I have no idea how many fish we caught, but it was really cool. So hope you guys enjoy this footage. And like I said, fishing's really good right now. Like I said, those white bass are definitely going to be there, and then those crappies should be in once we get some cool weather, which we really haven't had a whole lot of yet, but it's got to be coming sometime soon. So hope you guys enjoy the footage.
If the mother lode is in here, you could do this all day. It is a nice one, for sure. I want to keep a couple because I want to eat them. Like, that's about the right size, I feel like, to eat. So I probably could have kept that other one you got, too. The good thing about them, too, is they're pretty hardy, so if we don't really get enough to keep to eat, we can always just chuck them back. Yeah, a little bit. It's okay. So it's half the point of coming down here, so we can get some food. They're delicious. Keep catching from that size. Do it. You can keep 12 a person, so we keep 24 of these things. It's beautiful. It's perfect size. Swing them in here. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, this could be awesome. This could be epic.
Well, that's 2 casts in a row.
You did that pretty good. Have a hard time with that. Yeah, they're hungry. Like I said, when they're in, it's going to be nuts.
Well, it's shallow here, so it must not be able to there.
These things taste awesome. This size, they're just amazing. Get it up, get it out. Do it. And when they're in, it's just nuts. Like every cast, you're expecting to get one. Ooh, that's a smallmouth. That's a smallmouth. Which I don't catch too many of them here, so I'm surprised to see him. Just find him. That's awesome. He's tanking. Take your time. Jeez. did not expect you to catch one of those in here.
Well, as soon as he hit it, I was like, oh, that's a good
Like, Machinica Creek has a few, but because it's a nice clear little stream, but it's really small, so you never see them in here like that. Yeah, it's a
Not a
decent
big
little.
one,
No,
but
he's decent.
on this tackle. It's a much better fight than,
Some of the heavier stuff.
yeah, you know, when you catch this size with a pike rod.
Yeah, it's like you when you set the hook, your rod just loaded, and I was like, yeah, that's not probably one of those little white bass. All right, he's good. Bring him over here. That's so small. Hook just perfect. Yeah, that's a nice little smallmouth. Sorry, man. You're right, though. These trebles are hard to get out. Come on. Yes. Sorry, dude. Yeah. Reasonable little smallmouth. That's white bass. Little guy. Just a little too small. No. No, there's not. I just, you know. Yeah, yeah. Which, I mean, you could fillet that fish. It wouldn't be that bad, but that fish just slammed this spinner, that smallmouth. Holy crap. That looks good, whatever that is. Another white bass. It's a little nicer.
You know, it just like,
They slam it. There you. See, he's not even bigger. No, let him go too. Whoa, what the hell? Did you just snag a carp or something? As it did originally, or like initially. Yeah, just nice smallmouth. I don't think he's as big as I think. Oh, he's a pretty nice one though. Yeah, that's a good one. He's pretty good. Reel him in a little more and then bring him over. Wow. That's bizarre. That's a nice one.
well, it's just like the drag. It just starts.
Little guy. Hold on a second, sorry. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was right at the boat too. I want to get this one because I want to eat him. Oh, it's a smallmouth. I thought it was a white bass. Jeez. Are you trying to get him? Another nice little smallmouth. Look at that. He just slammed that thing right at the boat. There. That wasn't too bad. Lost my seat back. barbs on these are actually a little big for the lure, you know what I mean? Like, I see why they made the barbs quite that big. Yes. Want to. Yeah. Just got hit 3 times. No hookup. Yeah, I'm putting a smaller one of these on. Let me see that one. Let's see. Let's see if he's the same size as some other two. Yep. Right. There's a big white bass. Like I said, this is the size I want to catch, though. You know, those little ones are fun, but little ones are fun, but they're not like this. That's what we're looking for. That's nice. Yeah. That's gonna be a good eater. Gotcha that time, didn't I? Oh, that's nice. Which I could probably do that. What is that? Nice, nice white bass. There you go. It's a really big one. Let me. That's a real nice white bass. Yeah. Anyways, got 5. Oh. Oh, there was one on mine too. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, I think you drew this one in for me. This is a good one. This is a good eater here. Plus this is so small they're eating it all the way down their throat. This thing did the same thing that crappie did. He just ate it. It's a bass. I'm gonna this guy's gonna be coming home for sure because he's bleeding already. That's smallmouth or something. Ooh, yeah, that's a smallmouth. 2 big jumps. This is incredible. I've never even seen a smallmouth here. We're catching a bunch of them like this. I mean, these aren't huge, but they're a lot of fun. Pretty little fish. For whatever reason, they don't like to hit going the other way. That is bizarre. Ooh, that's a good eater. It's a white bass right over. It works so good here because it's shallower. Ooh, that sounds good. I think it's just a big one. It's going nuts. Ooh, it's a nice one. Swing on. I think that one's good eater. It's about the size of that other big one. Oh, they're pretty. Yeah, that's a good eater there. Not too big, not too small.